angustia que siente no sirve para nada. Oye, tienes que cambiar, luchar porque no es tan mal, risa porque la vida te da, la angustia que siente no sirve para nada. I need you the most, you always know. When I need you the most, you know.
So crazy, I forgot my coffee. Gosh darn it. Shout out to everybody here at Bitcoin with an absolute dump to 58,000 basically. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. God bless you all for being awesome and amazing. Something's going on with there we go. I got the bubbles back. Something was going on with my BOOKMAP, but it's ready to go now. Everything seems fine. Shout out to everybody here. There's money to be made on every single day. I actually made money today. I was long last night. I'll explain it all. It looked short, flipped long, 200 moving average of the 5 minute. We got the pump. Looked like I was up 1,000. Then I wasn't. Ended up, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's take a look at what's happening here for BTC. A lot of liquidity down at 58,000, 57.8, and we could be going lower. BOOKMAP suggesting that we are going to end up going lower. I talked about it this morning. I said the bigger time frames don't look amazing. They also look like we may be going lower. So it is what it is. 59,150 struggling right now for BTC. Let's take a look at it. Let's watch this volatility. Let's have some fun. Don't get liquidated. See if you could just make some gains here. A daily gain. Don't have to be the biggest killer in the game. Just have to make some money every single day. And if you miss a big dump, who cares? If you miss a big pump, okay. There's another day every single day. You missed the falling knife. You didn't catch the absolute bottom. It's okay. The guy, only 5% of people are going to end up with more money than they have today on June 25th of 2027. A very small amount of people a year from now are going to have more money in their account than they have today. Do you want to be one of them? If you want to be one of them, then don't stress every single time price action does something, because that is going to add cortisol, going to overstress you out. Over time, it's going to chew you alive. Okay? Trading can cause you stress and emotional pain. All right? If you don't do it right, over time, it can hurt you. A lot of people tried trading. The key word is they tried it. They never they never accomplished anything. They never made any money. They never changed their lives. All right? It's very rare for someone to change their lives in trading. I believe we could make you all that person. But we're going to have to work hard at it every single day, and it's going to take years. It took me dang near 17 years to get out of the rat race and break out and do what I wanted to do with my life. So I'm not trying to tell you it's going to take you that long. You didn't have a mentor like me. Hopefully I can help you accelerate the process. You see what I'm saying? And that's the whole point of the show. Shout out to everybody here on the Crypto Live stream. Thank you so much for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Live show, baby, as we say. God bless all the awesome people that make this show amazing. Without each and every one of you, there is no show. Without viewership, we got nada. Back to 58,000 for Bitcoin. Can it kind of break out of what looks to me is a little bit of a cup and handle here? Breaking back to the upside. Can we get this V-shaped recovery? Massive selling. We took out the lows now. of the last previous lows, right? We took those lows out. So whoever was hiding with the monster long and thought it was going to be awesome, they've been taken out. You see what I'm saying? Like long-term longs are getting liquidated. People that always set up and try to take that monster long, liquidated. I know good traders, they like this area. They definitely can see it's close. They're going for it, right? Let's take a look here, and, let me just send this to the trading group too as well. Jump on in today, everybody. We've got a lot to talk about. S&P as well. Let's break it down. Let's take a look. So can we get this kind of bounce here? Again, same story. We got to get back above the 200 moving average. Back above. And again, if you're with me, this is kind of very similar to yesterday. We opened with the dump. S&P with a nice little move here to the upside, right? You can see the S&P had a nice pump. Is that correct? I mean, that looks correct to me. Just looks weird. How are we down if it's a green candle? That doesn't make any sense. See what I'm saying? Something ain't correct there. S&P futures. But I will tell people, okay, they should have reacted very similar to Bitcoin if you think about it. Yeah, so they got the 1 hour loss of the 200 moving average, kind of made this channel. You can see it's kind of a broadening bear flag as far as I'm concerned. I mean, everything is a bear flag when I'm consolidating below the 200 as far as it doesn't really matter. Funny why it had, but on the daily, it has bounced on the daily. What's going on here? Oh, so it pumped on the daily, came back. All right, so it started up, so it's a green candle on the day. A little bit of a pullback from the high at 7,500. But they did go after the shorts. So if you're short S&P right now, you may have been liquidated, or they could be coming for your liquidations. I'm looking for this to get tight. I know it's unrealistic, but you have to understand they're printing money. And Donald Trump and his cronies and the billionaires surrounding him are continuing they're going to put the money, they got it. And they're going to put it where it needs. I can see consolidation up until July 8th. We get that July 4th spike. Everyone said there's going to be a Bitcoin reserve in July 4th. I don't know. I don't believe any of this stuff. I don't buy it, but it is possible. Let me see if I can make a call. Check this out. Let's see if I can make a call. Or maybe a text message. I forgot my coffee upstairs. Anyone, little help. 3 adults up there. I think someone will hear it. I have a feeling it's going to be my man Brian, but we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Let's see. You never know. Someone will have get the text message at one point. All right. Look, there's my wife bringing down the coffee. This is how text messaging works. Okay, friends?
2 people upstairs told me you needed your coffee.
Can you come and give me a hug?
The 2 people were Cora and Brian. Both of them were listening.
Can I have a hug? Oh, you're not going to show everybody?
I ain't getting no rest because I'm going.
Okay, shout out to one of my daughters who always goes up and down. Had a bit of a rough night last night, and had to give her a nebulizer and stuff. I know. What's a nebulizer? The whole thing. It's just stressful, man. This little girl gets sick, and I want her to come to the beach, and now my wife's like, I'm going to sit home with 2 kids while we go to I don't understand. I don't get it. Anyway, that did kind of get a nice move there to the upside. I'm going to show you how we kind of conquer this. So watch it. Why am I on the S&P while Bitcoin's dumping? Well, I just want to show people that we're a little uncorrelated here. All right? And just kind of make that statement so people don't get too crazy. All right? A lot of people are kind of overly short on the S&P, and it might end up being a horrible move. They might end up turning you into Swiss cheese. I just want to put that out there. So let's take a look at Bitcoin on the daily. I have to be honest. The last time we made Bitcoin, it was an obvious head and shoulder right here. I told you that we should be having a head short, right? And it was really simple. It was like, let's just short right here. Bitcoin's been it's almost like handing you money. Like, you know what I'm saying? It hands people money if you just got to get discipline. Even I struggle with getting extremely with trading big on leverage. I'm not great at it yet still. I don't want to be into like above a $500,000 position, and I'm just not, it doesn't sit well with me. You see what I'm saying? I don't trust myself. I don't want to start revenge trading big losses. And so I always tell myself just to be easy. And everything's been going well, and so I don't want to rock the boat either. You know what I mean? I start getting crazy, and you know what I mean? You get emotional. Next thing you know, you're down big, and you can't handle the loss. So same thing that we told you that we went to short. We shorted here too, which is still in the money. If you stayed in the short, it's actually still in the money. It actually went deeper today to 58,000, which is crazy, right? Had I kept my short open, I sold out on that big wick. I mean, we were really far from the 21. It didn't look appropriate to stay inside that trade compared to probabilities. And so far, it wasn't. Time will tell. We will see how that kind of ends up, but so far, no. We are coming back down over SOL, but we still have a lot more to go on the stochastics RSI. Remember, though, the last time we went low, all right, we got the lowest ever on the RSI. So this is just to me just a bull div coming in on the daily, right? Like it's, you know what I mean? Just bullish divergence on the daily. Last time we had strong bull div on the daily was right here. You know, you capitulate, you go low, then you capitulate again. The price goes lower, but the RSI stays a bit higher. You see? That was strong right there. This one also I consider divergence, even though it was odd. Like, that was kind of like not as aggressive as this. So it's a class C bullish divergence. Why? I mean, A, B, and C. The angles aren't the normal angle, but if you do draw this straight and draw that straight, they will intersect somewhere around here. Divergence means the lines will divide. That's what I hit. It's actually a math term, you know what I mean, about the vertices and the fact that they will eventually intersect. They diverge each other, right? So, like, it hit me one day. I'm like, oh, this is just math. Like, this comes from math. This is another form of math. Like, I don't know if it's calculus or whatever it is. I don't know exactly where math it comes from. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that because I didn't study it like that. But it definitely, you know, there's other terms here that we're using that are kind of, that convey bigger ideas. Like when you say divergence, you're saying those lines will divide each other. And so sometimes it's not traditional divergence as you were told by your, you know, mentor or your teacher. But if those lines will divide each other, my goodness, yes, that is divergence. See what I'm saying? So could we make a bit of a trade here? Could we make a bit of a trade? Back to the 200 moving average. Well, you know, Sammy's going to have to flip open the 5-second and the 30-second chart here to see what's happening. It's all about staying calm, cool, and collective, one day at a time. Good day to buy some more BTC, I'll tell you that. 50s, anytime we're in the 50s, Bitcoin, yoink it up. Buy a more a Bitcoin. He's a buying a more a Bitcoin. And yes, yes, yes. We're going to move weekly screen share to Saturday morning around, like, I don't know. I'm going to have to say like 8 to 9 or something like that. Then I'll do my live stream from like 9 to 9:30, something like that. All right. So this looks interesting. So no weekly screen share tonight. I have guests staying here tonight. I probably have to cook or do something. And I feel like it would be rude. So I'm going to do the right thing and be a good host. I apologize to anyone. Some people like this. It changes the time for them, and they're able to be there in Europe or other times. So I'll buy Bitcoin at 20,000, says Cherry City. Well, at least you're going to buy. You see what I'm saying? At least you're buying. Very aggressive buy for me right now, but it looks like we could get the V-shaped recovery. I'm coming off a win. Couple wins, actually. So it's been a... You know, I'm not saying I'm a big shot here, but I've hit some good gains the last couple days. It's been, you know, what it is. Who is that now? In the corner of my eye, walking up the stairs. Is that B? Okay, I mean, I could go 4 for 8. It's a 1-to-1. Very rare do I go 1-to-1. You know what I'm saying? Like, 225 for 5 minutes. It's a 2-to-1. It's not, you know, not a 1-to-1. That would be 200 for 200. I get it. Sorry. It's a 2-to-1, which is it's okay. I like 3-to-1s though. Volume dropping. Get ready for downward. Some people are just flat delusional. Shout out to Chrome Donkey. Agree with you though. Absolutely agree. I believe anything is possible. Live for your viewpoint is as damn non full screen. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, whenever I turn that into a tab, it affects the latency for whatever reason. Yeah, so I want this to be a clean tab. I'll extend it, though, a little bit for you. But thank you for pointing that out, as if I didn't know. I appreciate it, though. And I get it. I get it. Nice curved 32-inch monitor, looking sweet. I do suggest the 32-inch monitor. They look absolutely beautiful. Okay? And look at this big dump. So the Google likes this. Google likes the dump, sends a lot of people to the stream, and bends the knee to the cryptos. So look, this is a bullish divergence here. Likely a pretty good low. You know, a very good DCA. The DCA and divergence is tremendous. All right. So yeah, last time we had a really good one was right here. And we did make a bottom there. All right. Yeah, we could mill around, hang out. So yeah, the dump has occurred. The head and shoulders, in my humble opinion, has played out. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. That was the measured move. It's amazing how this stuff does, like it kind of goes, like if you just stick to the measured move, no matter how insane it is, you'll get there. You have to be illogically logical. You can't think about logic and use your own brain. You just have to use the logic of the TA. Let the TA tell you what to do, and eventually, somehow, it's like you look back and you're like, how was I correct? The TA had you at hello. It's so interesting how technical analysis will put you in the driver's seat when your emotions will put you in the most worst out-of-spot place possible. And, you know, the whole key is not using those emotions. People show up for copium scraps if they can get them. 100%. You're funny, man. July 26 contracts on the line. I love the panic. Buy all the trolls. Tell me the bottom is in close. Sorry you're here for scraps. If you didn't pay attention to the song, it's just staring you in the face. Nah, I think he's just joking around. Both you guys are diehard lifers, man. Shout out to the real Don D. Shout out to the future crypto teacher. But you have to remember, Don D, there's some diehard lifers out there. They don't know when people are joking, you know. It's funny, there'll be an OG lifer making a joke, a new lifer that's hyper protective of the lifer community. I love it, man. I love it. I'm so blessed that I have people that are like aggressively for, like they love being lifers and they love the channel, and I appreciate you guys. And girls. A lot of cool people here on the stream. Really, he just hit it right on the head. I just trade off pure TA these days, and whenever I'm going, hey, that's not going to work out. Well, I guess TA says it is, and it does. Yeah, my mind will get in the way and stop me from trading, get in my mind. You know what I mean? It's a right shoulder. Take the right shoulder. You know, we could make a video about the right shoulder there. Like, see, this should have been a right shoulder right here for the S&P. And we should have made a shoulder head, but we did not. We defied it. When we made a higher high here, it came up with a higher low. That's an uptrend, is it not? You're in a higher high, higher low. You have to assume the next high would be a higher high. We're getting tight. This thing looks like it's going to break out. I don't think the shorters of the S&P are going to be too happy, but maybe I'm wrong. And maybe, you know what I mean? But hey, I'm going up against some of the biggest traders in the world on that statement there. We'll see what happens. Some of the most known traders are short S&P right now with size. So let's see what happens here. Bitcoin with bullish divergence, getting oversold on the RSI. You know what? Looking like a long, man. We get a tweezer bottom here. Might be one of the best we've ever gotten. So that's some bullish shots. The bearish shots, that's a shoulder, that's a head, that's a right shoulder. We are going so low. But like that would be the measured move. And this says you're going down to $36,000 Bitcoin, which is very possible. All right. I was flapping it and funny, right? And we use the same Bitcoin chat. My charts clearly show much more down today. See you below, brother. God bless you, man. I don't know, man. I was shorting the market, so I'm not trying to, I don't know why you're so hypersensitive, but God bless you. If you let a YouTuber guy get under your skin, I wonder what happens in real life. But you seem like a cool person. We probably will get along. May God bless you. Hope you have a wonderful day. What's his name there? DGenX AI. God bless you, brother. Small time frame says short. Big time frame says long. And really super small time frame says short. That's how my buy orders go. 35K. That's how low my buy order. Okay. 35K, not anytime soon. No. It wouldn't happen that fast. Yeah. Exactly. I'm still learning how to trade on the 5 minute. I do the 1 hour and the 4 hour, but I really long to trade like Sam. Really? I thought you were better than me. It's funny, I always think there's traders that are like experts the way you guys talk, and I'm like, oh, this guy's so awesome. Yeah, the screen's fine, man. I can see the screen. Like, I'm watching the stream. I have like a whole team watching the stream. You know, I got indicators telling me the excellent, you know, I got stream settings. I got stream health. Look at my stream health. It's excellent. Excellent stream health. Stream is healthy. Stream health is excellent. You see that? 10:33 a.m. on the 33. Right? All right, let's take a look back at BTC. Someone just said it ripped. I must have missed a move. Yapping. Dang, man, I was about to get into the trade and I missed it. Yapping away. It's okay. I don't like to usually end it. You know, I was looking for we were about to go look at the 30-second chart. That's what I was about to do. Anyway, so I did draw it out, though. I had this trade mapped out for you. You might have taken it. That's pretty good, man. You know, you got to, it's pretty good. Press 1 if you just missed the pump scalp, listening to Sam Sauce as he yapped away. Sammy, turn the chat off today, I guess. I know, right? Too much chat, more sauce. Now I'm going to get back into the actual, into this, you know. It's okay. I'm looking for my model above the 1 minute 200 moving average. But I will tell you, I bet the 1 minute just played out on the 30-second or the 5. Must have been the 5-second chart. And there it goes, man. It crosses the 200 and it made a nice flag. So, yeah, I've learned that you can use the 5-second chart when you start to get, if you want to be the most precise possible. So you might not want to get where I'm at right now in trading. You might just want to stay on the daily and the 4-hour and never get as minute as I do. Because it can also mess with your brain if you can't handle it. You have to be, it's high categorization. It takes time. But we know, look, there's the 21. I mean, it's as subtle as it was. Look, there's the 21. Crossing the 200 right there could have been an entry. Even just when one candle was above it when we saw how tight this. Even if you didn't trade any moving averages. Just the pattern itself was pretty cool. It said, hey, we're pretty tight. We're getting tight. Look for a breakout to the upside. You know what I mean? Then you'd be like, well, what's the measured move? It would be this area here. You see? That's like pretty spot on. Like, you know what I mean? It might have been like slightly shorter, I guess, but. And that's this wick to that wick, and that's your algorithmic measured move. That's where you're going to go outside the pattern. You could also have gotten it from here. You know, and about like kind of you take the base of the pattern there and, you know, pretty straightforward. Okay. Anyway, back to the moving averages, right? So like you can use moving averages. You can use pattern anomalies. You could use whatever you like, but you got to use something. You can't use nothing. You can't use emotions, right? And today is just another day. We take a deep breath. Shout out to all the beautiful souls here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate my lifers. And over 1,200 beautiful souls here on the live. That's amazing. Got a big group of people. Please hit that like button. Let everybody know what's happening. What's cracking. All right. We'll do some fun stuff in a little while. A little YouTube giveaway action. Hooking up the viewers on this beautiful day because it is a nice day. All right. It's June 25th, 10:30 in the morning, and it's absolutely gorgeous in my neck of the woods. It's going to be like 79 degrees and sunny today. Finally, lower wind. I've been waiting for lower wind for a long time. Dude, that sounds so crazy. 4 friends put their money together to buy a deserted island in Florida for 65 grand and transfer it into paradise worth 14 million with an iconic name. That sounds amazing. Pretty crazy. And to only get it for 65? Anyway, let's get back into brass tacks here for Bitcoin. So watching the smaller time frames, I'm going to have the week's chart up here, right? So first things first, there was just a nice little scalp there to the upside. In at 53, 59.3. Wow, $1,000 move. You know me, I would have made at least 500 to 1,000 on that move. But you had, you know. And then we did get too far for the 21-day moving average on the 1 minute chart with a nice pump. Giving it all back right now, immediately. This has been how it's been on the small time frame. Pump and dumping all the time. It's so humid in Sarasota. Just be happy you're in the vineyard. I mean, that's why I bounced out, man. The heat, you know, I got 3 kids. One of my kids She doesn't have any lung issues per se. She just is hypersensitive, you know, and and especially to the heat, you know. And so this is like really good and healthy for her. May God continue to provide for me and my family. May I find my way through, not get liquidated, continue to take my gains here and there and make my money, you know, because, man, my family depends on me. It's crazy when you're, you know, where I'm at in life. I never thought I'd be here on YouTube, traded. Not in a million years. You know, if 7 years ago, 8 years ago, never, I didn't, you know what I mean? It's kind of insane how we all think we have a plan for our lives. And I guess I had a plan. My plan was hidden from me. I know it was my plan, but even I didn't know it was my plan yet, right? Previous resistance could be support here. Could we get a bounce, get some tightness, consolidate yet again for another move to the upside for Bitcoin? It all happens on the smaller time frames. Even right now, you're learning. You know, if you're sitting here, an average person, there's 3 people right now watching the channel. One person just watching me draw. When can I get paid? How is he going to help me get money? Just all they care about is the money. What is he going to do? Yeah. Another person is, hey, he's drawing a cool chart on the 1 minute. That's interesting. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, okay. And another person is like, wow, no, he's using the smaller time frames to show me how they're built inside the bigger time frames. You see what I'm saying? And, yeah, we still have to have that Zoom, dude. I forget things all the time, man. My life gets so busy, and I don't remember them unless they get scheduled with my wife. Once my wife schedules something, it gets set in stone. But if it's not scheduled with my wife, I forget. It's horrible, but it's just the facts. So whenever I have something serious, I'm like, okay. Sometimes I tell people not even to tell me. Like, if I really like someone and they want to hang out, like play golf. Hey, we should play golf. I'm like, here. It's so strange. I'm like, but here's my wife's number. Call and schedule golf. It's so weird. Or my wife will be like, Sam, take his number down, and I'll use your phone, and I'll schedule golf for you guys. It's really sad. That way I don't have to focus on scheduling. It is messed up. Ever since I got into Bitcoin, I stopped. Like, I love relationships, don't get me wrong, and I have friends and family. But I don't use the phone that much. And my eyes I use for the screens and for trading and for the trading group. And it takes a lot of emotion and a lot of social, you know. And so I'm not using my phone like I used to for social interaction like I did in the past. You see what I'm saying? So can we bounce off this 21 here? Or, you know, it could end up turning into an ugly, like, I don't know, some type of complex head and shoulder here that ends up dumping us to the downside. Let's take a look at the top-down analysis and see what happens. But I want to keep you guys privy to this. That was good volatility right there on a move. I'm sorry I talked my way out of that one. I'll get back to it, though. Sam, you're a trader, not a talk show host. Hey, I forgot. I thought I was a jokester. I thought I was Johnny Casson over here. Johnny Cash. Johnny Casson. I called him Johnny Cash last night like a... We're going back up so it can be dumped again. Just knocking on that floor to push through again, man. Okay, man. Sam, we have a golfing tourney once you're healed up. Let's have a lifer's tourney. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm absolutely horrible at golf. Let's show people how bad I am. Yeah, let them laugh at me and realize I must golf 40 to 50 times a year, and I am just, oh my gosh. I would do anything to get better at golf, but it just doesn't seem to be my strong point just yet. There's times where I hit it and it just seems perfect, you know? And other times just no. So this could be boring. That's why once you set up something like this, you got to have something other to do, or you watch this on another screen. Could be checking in on an altcoin, double checking, researching. Watching that S&P. Yeah, laugh until they realize you're the most consistent person in the game and you can actually show your losses. You don't hide them like a punk. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it took a $1,000 L, I think, the other day. He actually is a talk show host. I know, right? So this could be shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Let's see. I like to leave this alone. Either come back to kind of like squiggly lines down here or squiggly lines up here. If the squiggly lines are up here, that's better for me on a long. As simple as that is to the layman, you know, someone that just jumped on into crypto. I don't like that word to the layman, right? It kind of sounds almost discrepancy. You know, it almost sounds like you're putting someone down. Sam comes from the working class and made it. I don't see anyone else teach us the sauce. Grateful for the show or the wisdom. Cheers, bro. Thank you. Agreed, man. A lot of people don't give it to us the way we could have been given it, right? They don't show us how they're using these charts to make the monies. Look, I mean, there's a bullish divergence here on the 2-hour time frame. That's strong. I wouldn't be surprised if that gives us a bit of a bounce and the overall bigger divergence. So Bitcoin's attempting to claw a bottom in here at 60K. Let's see the bigger time frames. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. BTC. Okay. Bitcoin on the monthly. So we all can't deny that it looks like a head and shoulder pattern, right? Everyone has said that. We've been looking at it for a long time, actually. Today, we could almost say it's like beginning to breach the possible neckline or at least approach it. If it loses the neckline, I mean, the drop down there to 47,000 is the next big target. If it ever loses 47K, really a little bit of support at 37, and then major support there at about 30,000. All right. Sitting kind of right at support too, right there as we speak, at about 58, 58.8, 59. So there's, look, resistance. It's its second top there. It's testing the second top of the high of 2021 in April there. This is some tough price action, I'll tell you what. Getting a little bit of a green move there. I'll keep you kind of privy here now to the 1 minute. I'm locked in. No more talk show nonsense. Apologize. I am locked in. Someone will say no apologies needed. I appreciate that. But I just want to make sure I'm on point every time. Shout out to all the beautiful souls here on the live. Let's get those likes up to the watchers. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. We got to stay motivated every single day to keep pushing, keep our minds right. This market will mess with us. Someone might have gotten liquidated last night. You might be depressed. You might feel like a loser because you lost money. You don't know how to tell your wife, your girlfriend, or even if you live alone, you just don't, it doesn't feel good to lose. Well, you know, now whenever I look at a trade, I look at my loss. And I see myself taking the loss in the future. Not to project it, I say, can I handle that? Like, if I come back to my desk, like I look at the trade, it's supposed to be a quick scalp. And I say, if I come back to my desk and I'm down, like I go 2,000 for 6. And I ask myself, if I come back to my desk down 2,000, am I going to be okay with that? Some days I'm like, no, that's not cool. And I'm like, all right, then I can't take the trade then because I don't want to come back to that loss. They're playing with it right here. We really need a bounce or it's going to roll over into that head and shoulder pattern. One of two patterns are going to win. It's looking more bearish than bullish. He says people shouldn't consider themselves a loser if they lost money. At least they tried. That's what matters. For a better you, for a better future, and for what people are scared of, yeah. Shout out to Underground Cryptos. Hit that like button. Long live the lifers. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. It's not easy to pierce through, but once you do, man, I'm telling you, you're on the other side. It may take 5 years to get there. It may take 7. It may take 3. It may take 2. You know what I mean? Golf will happen, Sam, because you said yet. And I'm not just great yet. Not just yet. Got stopped out a couple times. Old me would have used a stop loss and been down huge right now. Right? Wouldn't have used a stop loss. Gotta wait, stay disciplined, and find the right trade. 100%. I like to hear that. So this guy said he started watching the channel. He actually uses risk management now. Before, he would have been emotionally streaming the wrong, he'd have been the wrong way in the trade. Then he would have kept putting margin in if he didn't have enough to cover. Then it would have gotten closer and closer. 500 would have turned to 1,000, 1,000 to 2, 2 to 3. Next thing you know, they're down $5,000. There was never the point to be down $5,000. The trade was like 100 for 300. Beginners will take a trade that's a $200 for $600 trade, and they will turn it into a $6,000 loss. They really will. They'll look back at it and be like, how did I just do that? And they realize it was all them. They're like, I let the money just flow right out of my hand. Like, I just kind of just gave it away. You know what I mean? You're only a loser when you deviate from your prop model risk management strategy. Yeah. And there will be a time, I'm telling you right now, where you stick to your plan and you'll lose 4 or 5 times in a row. All right. You see what I'm saying? And you will lose, and it will hurt. And I read this the other day. I think I actually read it this morning, and it was a really good tweet. It was an X post, right? But the guy said, if you can't take, you know what I mean, your system in a little bit of a drawdown, like, you know what I mean? He meant more like, not a drawdown like in the trade, meaning like you take like 4 trades straight. Like you just basically, you get yourself in a bit of a losing rut. He's like, if you deviate from your strategy, he's like, you'll lose years of hard work, of history, and that you'll be back where you started. You know, you can't. And I thought about that the other day because I'm at a place where like my strategy would hit. And then a couple days, you know, even today though, look, short when you're below the 200, touching the 21. Strategy says to short this. You know, my tried and true strategy told me that was a short right there to take the short, right? No one knew it was going to be that much. It was just an implosion this morning. I watched it happen, just already bounced back halfway, almost now 3/4 really. Look at the stochastics curving up, and I use the stochastics RSI, very good coupling indicator on if you're going to use pattern trading. They just go so well with where the patterns find themselves. If you see a pattern and you watch the stochastics, the pattern and the stochastics will kind of be molded together, you know. Happy to help your swing for free, Sam. I used to play mini tours. It was an instructor. I can help you play well. Thank you. Will you email cryptolifers@gmail, even if we do a couple like things on like a video thing, and I send you a video of my swing? I lost 8 trades in a row in the 9th, and I came out even. Hey man, you stayed to your strategy no matter what, right? Like I kind of want to long aggressively right now. This bounce, like get in right here, stop loss on the low, and just go for it. You know what I mean? Take that volatility for what we got. But I should wait for us to at least consolidate. But there we go. I was looking for this aggressive long. And there it is. I would have been up there. Let's see what happens here. Can make it a 3-1 right now. Let's just, and I keep adjusting the risk. 62.10 on the trade. See, our stop loss would be somewhere at 58,859. Shout out to all the beautiful souls here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in on this beautiful summer day. As we have started summer, 6:25, and it's going by so fast, folks, like it does every year. Oh, man, my favorite time of year as a kid, right? I got out of school, didn't have to listen to the teachers tell me what to do, didn't have to get yelled at or disciplined. Could go into the woods and just be free. I didn't really get in trouble outside of school. You know, they put me in a box, I got in trouble. You put an energetic kid like me, free thinking, creative thinker, and you try to conform me to where everyone else, I can't do that, man. I wasn't gonna go to school, you know what I mean? Like I did, but it wasn't gonna work for me. I learned a lot though, I'll be honest. My teachers were cool. I met a lot of cool teachers, man. It's not about the education. It's about the people who leave an indelible mark on your life. Indelible. Good word. I think INDELIABLE. Indelible. And it means like, something that doesn't come off easily. Right? Guys only, yeah, for anybody, yeah, you're funny. Yep. So there's the little bounce, but again, this could still right shoulder us down. Very high risk to jump in right now. I'd actually usually wait for this exact format. See where the yellow line is now? I wait for that exact format. All right, on the 200 though. Above the 200. So like, what the heck is going on here? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. They're confusing me with this one and this one. But say this was the 200 here. It was down there and we were above it doing this. That would be my favorite setup. It might take where we are right now, that could take till, I don't know, 11:30, 12 o'clock to play out. Shout out to Sean, man. God bless you, Sean. If you want to trade where we trade, you want to jump in where we jump on in, you want to do what we do, you want to walk the walk, you want to talk the talk, we trade on WEEX. There's a link right there to WEEX. You could jump on it today, or you can go to cryptolifer.com as well. Go to CryptoLifer.com if you want to find out more about how we trade, about my trading school, my Discord that's full of awesome information for only a beautiful $99 a month, right? It's education at its highest level. My years of what I've been doing, back testing, if I see something on a coin, all my years of strategy and my life revision, you get that. 24 hour, what feels like 24 hours a day, but every single day. All right? 7 days a week. Sam retesting the bear flag on the smaller time frames. Yeah, so this looks bearish to me, and it says we could be in for something that nobody experiences. This says a $13,000 Bitcoin is coming. And, maybe, what some people say, like Peter Schiff, the Ponzi's over. Like, no one left to buy the new shiny coin. Okay. 2-week chart. Also not looking amazing, but it's got this bull div on it. The weekly also has bullish divergence as, maybe it comes lower. Right now it has some bull div. This could hit the dotted line. It's not, And I have to be honest, the weekly now, to me, substantially below the 200 moving average. It almost suggests that we have to do what we did yesterday on the daily, and we just got to head short, even if we don't really truly want to short the market. And then we can trade back up to that area, hopefully into profit, or at least at break even or in minimal loss. Then if we're wrong, and then we can keep going all the way back up, right? Next cycle is the government. Watch Trump bail out strategy. And then, oh, man. Exactly. Like 400 to 500 built in, but one of the most beautiful places to play golf in Sarasota. Where's he saying? On Longbow Key? I think you're probably either talking about. I'm trying to find your name again. Sometimes I won't, it's about who you know. Oh, all the time. Yeah. Where in Sarasota, man? Where's the golf course? Look, you wrote like 4 in a mile, but I'm trying to see. The last thing you said was, yeah, I can't waste time tracking that. You said not about who you know. Trying to find out what golf course you're talking about. I don't think you mentioned the course, man. Yeah, I would like to know where you think it is. Lifer's the only trader who draws awesome lines all the time. Thank you, man. It's super nice of you to say. God bless you, brother. Very nice person. I love when people are nice, man. It's really nice. Nice people are great, right? And think about it. You get the energy that you put out. So if you put out good energy, you get it back every single time. So that looks like we would have to head short because, to me, it is a head and shoulder pattern. It is what it is, and a head and shoulder pattern is a head and shoulder pattern. And almost every one of them has played out. If you just took a right shoulder down and you've taken these over and over again, they've been playing out. That puts you somewhere down at $33,000 Bitcoin, at least down to 48, and to that beautiful 50K that everybody wants. Also, when you lose the 200 moving average on the weekly, you head to the 2-week 200 moving average, which to me is going to be somewhere around $46,000 to $48,000 Bitcoin. All right. I bet if you Google what I just said, you'll know. I did this to you for Tate's. For time, I just said I don't want to give away where exactly it is. A very beautiful place and a very desolate, remote one. All right, just email me then, I guess. Yeah. Anyway. I like Laurel Oak, man. Laurel Oak is one of the nicest. It has 2 beautiful courses designed by exceptional people. So, yeah, you attract what you put out every single day. That's the life you'll live, man. And, so, yeah, I see a head and shoulder here. It doesn't look, I see it on the 3-day, I see it everywhere. And these things pay. You know what I mean? They pay, so I wouldn't be surprised. And I'd rather get stopped out on this and have a head short cooking. You see what I mean? Sam, if we got 30,000 Bitcoin, wouldn't that be 85% for the top? Yeah, you know what? It would even be this 786, which we've hit every cycle, right? So, like, there's nothing weird about this, actually, when we all think about it logically. Coming right back down here, Look where my circle is. Oh my God, 39, 38K. And I've been talking about this $38,000 region for like almost like a year now. For somehow it kept, because I've been drawing the fibs since we've been around here. October, November. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know. I've brought in 38,000 up many, many times. The indicators also tell me there's a high chance we bought them because we hit 5 twice. And when the stochastics were low on the 2-week chart. That's what gets me wondering, like, will this ever play out? Could this just be the massive short squeeze they're going to set up for? And that's why, I go 2,000 for 6,000 or something like that. You know what I mean? It's crazy, though. We would go down $20,000. I guess, 48, I guess about 10K. It'd be 59 to about 47, 12,000. Last cycle made this giant slanted head and shoulders and didn't go anywhere near the target. I don't know. I completely disagree with that statement. We made a massive head and shoulder right here. If this is last cycle, and I always take the long side. You see, and that's exactly what happened. Like, we bottomed even a little lower, to be honest. So I don't know. We even made one right here. A shoulder, a head, and another right shoulder, and that had another measured move, and it hit it. It's basically, then we made a bear flag. Like, this thing was spot on. Then it made divergence. Then we had this kind of like, I always remember it was like a squawk move. Anyway, got above the 200 moving average on the 3-day, which I said was a huge move. We had hidden bullish divergence here. The 3-day was slanted down while price action wasn't. I pointed it out. I was screaming for a long right there if you were in my group. That one's way smaller. I'm talking about the giant tops. Where? What do you mean? That's a giant top. That's on the 3-day chart. That's a giant. I don't know what you mean. All of them played out, honestly. Even this one here, like, this was a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. We clearly went down. I mean, like, there was even a head and shoulder right there, too, that ended up playing out. And this was a head and shoulder here that played out. Like, it was like, Bitcoin's been beautifully on point. Love you, Lever. You were in from 19 to 20K bull profits. Now DC again. Profits on my soul at 200. Thank you. We the lifers appreciate you. God bless you, man. Thank you. PS5, man. It's been a long time. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for jumping on in. Everything is dumbing from the toilet to the jump. Yeah, screaming, no screaming, maybe. He was screaming. You're funny. Bottom line, plotter from July 20, how low 20 is comparable to the you are plotting out now, in my opinion. Yeah. Wait a second. What the head and shoulder him lay out? I must have missed something. Are you enjoying the stream? Show your appreciation and hit the like button. If we get to 30K, then the fear and greed would be at 0. I mean, I feel like it would go to 1 or 2 for the first time in history. So I'm considering, the last time I did this, it paid off, right? It ended up being the right move. I considered the head short. Every time I mention the head short, I think about 90% of the time it dumps. I think only 1 or 2 times. I almost feel like every time I've mentioned a head short, you come back in the next few days, we have dumped. The daily has more. A lot of times when the stochastic is here, it's about to cross the dotted line and hang out, and there's just a lot of dumpage coming. I guess we got bull div. So the small time frames, we got to start zooming in now and doing the work. Let's take a look at what happened to weeks while we've been hanging out. Nothing really. We rolled over and made that right shoulder. So look, shoulder, head, right shoulder now. So now you can like kiss the idea of we were building that long. You got to kind of pivot now. Head and shoulder pattern, technically, right? Dump down to 58K. Throw like a descending triangle in there a bit. Super sketchy after a massive dump. And again, we had bullish news. Let's talk about the news that came in today. We had unemployment. All right. We had so much stuff, but we had unemployment coming in. And is it really Thursday already? I don't believe it. I can't. I just remember starting Monday off, man. We had unemployment claims less than we even had forecast. and less than previous. That's bullish, right? That's good for the market. Core PC price index, the same. So nothing burger. Final GDP quarter over quarter up. That means we're making more. We're doing better. GDP quarter over quarter slightly up. So less people unemployed, more people making it. GDP up. All right, durable goods down 4.5%. Less than forecast. People are paying less for their goods. Personal income up. Way up compared to forecast. Up almost double. You see what I'm saying? And personal spending month over month. Up a little bit. So, and way above here, this is a huge personal income, way above the previous. Up almost 1%. So, that's all really bullish news, if you ask me. You know what I mean? That's all very bullish news. That's why the S&P would have a nice move. That's why if you're shorting and you're not looking at data at the right moment, get your wreck. You know what I mean? Exactly. I thought last night, I think I'm going to see one for the first time. Remember how we enjoyed profit taking? Oh, yeah. Shout out to PS5 Future. We will run this market with your TA. You taught me always and always worked out. Respect to you and the lifer for me to become someone I have never been. God bless you, man. I'm so proud of what you did with your life, brother. May you continue to push and tell everyone that you learned it with the lifer. Yeah. Today is a meeting for Clarity Act. If I'm wrong, I believe you're correct too. Yes. I don't have faith they're going to get that done. No. And I'll tell you, I have my own assumptions and ideas, and they could be way off base. And I don't want to say they could be a little even bearish for most people to hear. I just feel like the rich benefit so much from the lack of clarity right now that they just want, and every time they get to have a couple more months, they get to make more money. The clarity, they'll make more money, but there'll be a delay and a structural process. And maybe they don't want to deal with that. So right now, they want to get it while the getting's good, and they themselves could delay the Clarity Act, in my humble opinion. It's all a front for what they may or may not want to do. It will come eventually when they've made enough. Their pockets are so fat that they, you know what I mean? But the greed may halt the Clarity Act. And I could be wrong. This is just my own assumptions. I didn't get this from, no one told me to say this. I'm not working for I'm not working for the deep state. Shh, don't tell them. Okay, they think I work for them. All that blood oath was just a lie. You know what I mean? That was all just to get, get through the door. You know what I mean? I had to do it for they believe me. You know what I mean? It wasn't really what I wanted to do. Okay, so, sloppy head and shoulder now. Am I wrong? Shoulder, head, shoulder, sloppiness to the downside for Bitcoin. Do I make that bigger trade now? Bold div on that daily, or do I wait it out a little bit? I'm going to go to the 1 hour and see what the 1 hour tells me before I do anything crazily. But let's take a look here. So it looks bearish on all sides. We see head and shoulders on the 3-day. On big time frames, we've identified bearishness. 4 hour has a bearish candle here that closes, and this next one closes in an hour pretty nastily. Nothing, a little bit of bold. That is a bold div there. Let me look at my 1 hour. Let me look at the 200 moving at the 21. So we bear flag down. We came out of this beautiful bull flag to the upside. Got rejected by previous support as resistance. So there you go. Bounce. And now you got resistance at 62,000. Made a lower low. You would expect we make a lower high now, right? This looks crazy, though. Like it would fly back to the 21. Interesting. Let me look at my 15. What I'm doing right now is giving my subconscious mind as much information as I can. Shaded right there on the 15. Last time the 15-minute was shaded on the RSI, was right there. June 3rd when we came down for the dump. Back to the last time we came and did this. It's crazy. And then we made the lower low. So after the shade, you make the lower low. Like, that should be the bottom. Just, it looks so messy. I'm like, how do we get out of here? We'd have to V-shape recovery and then do some type of dance. So for anything to go on, this little flag has to play out. Bitcoin's got to cup and handle its way out of here. At least back to 61, and then we could talk about getting to 62,000, which is clear resistance now on the local time frame. So there you have it. I mean, either this is going to kind of implode down and just get messy, which very well may. So right now I'm on the fence. I'm saying it's going to continue down. The charts have to show us something different. Like the bulls have to give us a move here. Go back to our 1 minute. Yeah, it's just, it comes down to the smaller time frame. Some days I don't want to be on the small time frames, and I'm on them anyway. And I'm always like, oh, and logically my brain says, well, this is how it has to be. You know what I mean? There's no other way. And I kind of fight it. I wish I didn't have to see it that way, but I do. And it is what it is. Shout out to the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. The viewership continues to grow. Shows that people like the show. We've been on for over an hour and 10 minutes straight. I've talked continuously. People love it. Keep hitting that like button. Keep pushing. Positive energy and light during a pause. If I'm not talking about trading, then I'm talking about bettering yourself, finding a way, or some type of life story that I'd like to share that I believe you can gain some benefit from. If not, maybe a joke here and there, but that's Saturday nights. We try to be a little fun. This is some serious sauce right now. We're in the midst of it today. Now, also live trading. I'm not just done yet, but the volatility is very, very sketchy today. Chat's coming in strong. You taught me time frames for the 1 minute to the daily. Made profits from what you taught me and still making it. We love you, Lifer. 333. God bless you, man. I appreciate you more than you would ever know, bro. If you open up a long and a short with both only having a stop loss of 1%, but a profit of TP of 10%, maybe 5%, whatever which way it goes, you should win, correct? Yes, but what happens is it goes up and down and stops the person out both ways. And they don't think of that. Or it gets close to one way, they get emotional, they close, you know what I mean? It's like, if you can stick to your guns and really, you know what I mean? It's a lot, it's easier said than done. Like many things in life. Sounds awesome. Sounds perfect. Sounds like you got it, but doesn't always play out so much. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's cool though. That's why it's called backtesting. You got to do that on demo. Demo trade that like 10 times first. That's why demo trading is so cool. You can open up a short and a long right here on WEEX. Go down to demo trade. And you can open up a short and a long right there on a demo trade. And I have to be honest, this looks like it's going to dump on us, right? Looks like the old descender triangle there. We go to 57,401. Stop at 58,784. 59,784. Wow, stop losses at 59 now. That's crazy. Been a crazy couple of weeks, honestly. Good for the money. Good money in the short section. Some good volatility long, too, though. There's been great volatility. Let's all be, like, really, actually, you know, I know people want to cry about price action, but there's been good volatility. And that's all that matters. There's many days on this channel we said, hey, put a 333 if you're making gains, trading with the lifer. Do I jump into this short now? That's the question. 327 for 878. Looks like implosion. Having a harder time pulling the trigger in the summer for whatever reason. I guess I have summer PTSD. A lot of times the summer trades have hurt me in the past, so. Low volume summer days are not easy, you know. It definitely does not. That's why I asked. Thank you so much, sir. And exactly, Dima, and a couple of times that it worked out. That's why I wanted your opinion. Amen. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's something you could think about. Everyone wants to be foolproof. I like to kind of call it as it is and go for it. You know what I mean? Like, if I see it, I see it that way. I'm going to dig in for the higher low. The next time the 5-minute does a green candle next to a red one above this high, I would like to take a long. If the stochastics could turn. I'm going to be patient right now on the short. I'm going to wait it out. I said wait it out, it dumps even more, right? Look at that. Would have got in at 59,275, right? We'll see. Michael Saylor is selling his stock. Oh my God. Feel the force, Luke. May the 4th be with you. Remember that? May the 4th. I love that. Hey, there's only one day a year you get to do that. You got to do it the whole time. You got to say at least 6 times that day. You know what I mean? The bull market, I think so. November 1st, All Saints Day, is when we can begin to believe the bottom is in for sure. That's historically 396 days. The last bull market, bear market lasted 395. From wick to wick, or the top wick to the bottom wick, roughly. Might be a couple of 10 days here and there, because I adjusted it from wick to wick. But the thing is, yeah, so November 1st, that would put us at November 1st. That would be when we would absolutely bottom. You see what I'm saying? Again, I'm not saying, right now I don't want to have 2 lines there. Like right now it does look more bearish than bullish. It looks like you're in a descending triangle that's going to go down. But I want to see if we can put in the lower high. 14 seconds and we close this candle. Next candle, basically you want to see dump a little bit and come back up. So you want to dump right now as the candle. If you start to pump right now, it's not a good sign. So let's see what happens here on the 5-minute candle. We should dump right now. If we're bullish, we should dump a little bit. Okay. Now we come back up to meet the candle. We turn green and we can reverse. Just how they do things. Okay. If this candle were to pump first, it would likely have a downward wick and would continue down. Could it just continue and implode? Very well may. But you definitely want to see it dump a little bit. This one now, to me, the dumpage is a little heavy. You want a little bit of a dump and a pump. That's getting heavy. Are you enjoying the stream? Show your appreciation. Hit that like button. Yeah, it's the one thing to bottom. I mean, this was the narrative all along. Michael Saylor to dump, right? To destroy. Bitcoin's easy to destroy if all you have to do is destroy Michael Saylor. So I would have been in that short already. Dang, up pretty nicely. The shorts are moving fast. I don't trust it on a Thursday. I like to win for sure, not iffy. It's a little iffy right now. There we go. Come back up on the wick. Turn green. Flip it. What's crazy is I could end up in a long in the next minute. I could stay in a, you know what I mean? My mind is limber to whatever the price is telling me. Just another, I don't know what he's saying. I have an announcement to make for Vegas Claw. No, seriously, serious announcement today on the channel. I hope everybody's sitting down. I want to tell you some really, some really big news. All right. You may not like it. You may like it. It's up to you. I don't know. I came to some realizations and I gotta be open and honest with everybody right now. So there's something I want to talk about, that you may or may not know. All right. So, I'm going to pause the music for a second. I know this is like really hard for me. So, yeah. Just give me a moment. But I just really thought it's time I really come to terms with this and talk about it with everybody. So, is everybody ready? I'm wearing pants today. I just want you to know I'm wearing pants. All right. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here, part of the show. I appreciate it. I got you, right? The tension was hard. The tension was hard. You guys weren't sure. Nobody was ready for that. Nobody was ready for that. But you never know when you're ready. I got to make sure you're ready. That's a bunch of malarkey. You asked for this, Vegas Claw. Addicted gainitis. You know what I mean? You guys are funny, man. No, where did the shorts go? Don't make him sad, bro. You're funny, man. Shout out to Reliable J, man. Don't make me sad, bro. Reliable J was like, what is he doing? He's wearing pants over here. Hey, the guy's got a pair of pants on. Dude, we got to be patient right now. I'm waiting for the perfect timing. It may never come. Sometimes you get kind of sideswiped there, but we'll see. Green candle next to a red one. We get this cup in handy. Look, it turned green. See what I'm saying? You wanted the dump. If you pumped it first, it wouldn't have been so lovely. Lovely. Dude, now to front run this long would be so epic. I always want to be, I don't know why, I want to call I guess, is it ego? I think it is, right? The showmanship of myself, the ego. I want to call the exact bottom every time. Like, I want to be so amazing, just like I nail it. Like, instead of just taking, like, the safe trade, I want to be showboating. The most amazing trade ever in history of trading on the small time frames. You know what I mean? Like, he called the exact candle bottom, folks. On the 5 minute, it was unbelievable. 58,765 for BTC. That's what we already made today, about 370. I'm going to go for it. Connect 4 here. I'm going to take a shot. I'm going to take a shot at this cup and handle engulfing. It closes in 29 seconds. So I'm front running this 5 minute candle, closes bullish engulfing, and takes us to the moon. Could have gotten in a little earlier, a little more aggressively, but so far so good. I'll take away everything. Look, that's a green candle closing on top of a red one. How do I know when it's going to close? Right click here, go to labels, count down to bar close. We don't have time to show you. I got to get back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close that candle, bullish engulfing. The next one dumps a little bit down to this wick. That's what I'm expecting. A little, somewhere in between this wick and this wick, I want the candle to go. All right. This wick here and that wick there, I want to rest somewhere in there. Come on. Yep, this is exactly what I want. Then I want it to come on up. It does look head and shouldery. But this is better than starting to, and then I want this to rip above the 21 and then just skyrocket. This is great. Come on now. There we go. And now we have our next candle. And in the next 4 minutes, we want this to close green for everything to kind of go our way here. I can't watch. I can't watch. Again, that solemn music. Get it off of the... I wish I could just delete. There should be a button where I can just say no. Like, we don't like this one. Like, get it out of the playlist. There's got to be something I can do that says no. We don't want you. We don't want you. When people ask me what I do, when I tell them dumpster dive at a trash pig and they laugh at me and tell me to get a life, that's when you know you're doing something right, when people hate and laugh. Hey, man. Whatever works, bro, in your line of work. My dad brought so many things home from the garbage. Like, that was his thing. My dad was a dumpster diver, man. But like, he was a classy one. Like, he went to the rich neighborhoods and got the nice stuff, man. He knew where the richer people were throwing out their nice stuff, man. And he always had, he said, why buy things when there's so much secondhand stuff out there? My dad tried to reuse so many things. He said, I'm not a miser, I'm an economizer. That was his thing. Sam, if we close daily under 60K, this thing is likely to tank brutally 58, 57, even to 55. Might even go to 50K. Yeah, no stress. Here we go, man. They've been pushing these wicks down, but then kind of giving them a good floor. Here we go, man. This thing could flip green now and do the do. Now we want an explosive move to the upside. I expect a short squeeze. So fast and furious. You can't even say my name quick enough. Like, it just blah. They're battling us at the top of the candle now. 2 minutes and 44 seconds to the 5 minute candle closes, giving me respect. Respect my authority. Let's go.
You will respect my authority. You will respect my authority. Cutman. Man.
Come on, baby. Let's go. There we go.
Pull over.
No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for asking. So funny. Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned and earned, or water consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. When you truly know that you never know where you're going to be here forever, which is the saddest, most truest point of life, then you can live life to the fullest. So when you deal with the pains of the fact that this life is not forever, and you never know when it's going to end, Sad to say. Like, you never know when this journey ends for you. We believe we're all going to have long, beautiful lives. And that's a fact. But sad, someone's going to leave their house today, and sad to say, they're not going to go to sleep tonight. You know, my mom left that day, put on her shoes. She thought for sure there was no way she was not going to go to bed that night. If you asked her, she would have told you 100% I'm going to bed tonight in my bed. You know? That's what gets me the most. Like, I look at her, like, there was a card in her pocket, and it was an appointment for a dermatology in about, like, I don't know, 10 days. You know, on December 3rd, I think it was.
You will respect my authority.
Yeah.
You will respect my authority.
You know, like, she had plans for the next week. That hurts when, you know, you're a dead parent or friend and you go through their possessions and you see they had a plan for the next day, like a grocery list, or it hits you, man. It makes you realize how many things are you going to have planned for that you don't get to finish when you die. I'm sorry to say I shouldn't be there, man. I'm sorry. It's a beautiful summer day, but I'm a broken man. Both my parents died in the last 3 years. My mother, while she was talking to me, last night I thought about her again. You know, there's nights where she consumes a good hour of my mind, and I miss her more than you would ever believe. You know what I mean? I miss her so much. $1,200 position. Let's see how this goes. Want to get this bounce back to the top of the channel. So far, so good there. Flipping green on me. And it's about structures. We want to get above this 21. We can't get snuffed by it. We got to push out. I'm so grateful that my mom died the way she did, with her whole family around her on Thanksgiving Day. What a blessing. All right, 1 second, this candle closes. Wasn't the best, but it was better than nothing. Now this next one started with a wick quickly, which is actually beautiful. Could still be a shoulder, head, right shoulder. Not in love with structure just yet. We got to push above this 200 movie, above the 21 MA. Send the 21 above of the 5-minute time frame. We can get confirmation. Another 5-minute candle here. Send it, baby. Send it. That's a nice wick to send on. Come on. You got a good runway there. Go, baby. Go, 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 go. Come on. Turn green and flip. Come on, baby. Flip that candle green. Let's go. Let's run it. I wake up in the middle of the night talking to candles. No. Funny, I thought this dream, I thought about the funniest skit. Like, you have this, like, crypto trader, and he's in bed at night, and he's lying there, and he's like, no, down, no cuts, no. And then, like, in the middle of the night, he opens, no, Jerome, no! You know, like, Jerome Powell, like, he's basically having nightmares of the rate cuts or rate hikes, and, like, he's, like, moving into sleep, and in the middle of the night, he wakes up, Jerome, no! It's like liquidations that never happen, you know what I mean? You said you got a good runway, that's just awesome. I mean, it's true, because it's like you know what I mean? Run it up. Dang, man, this is turning into a right shoulder. It's defying me now. Come on now. Shopping me around on a Thursday. Oh, and remember, you want to see that number live on screen. I like to see that. It's like it says right there, you'll lose 361, they come get you. Come and get me, baby. Actually, don't say that. Why did you say that out loud, girl? It's like the worst thing to say to him. Mark, come and get me. You're never going to get me. You know what I mean? Like, imagine doing that on a live stream with your, right there. There's my liquidity. You're not going to get me. They're going to be like, okay, let's go get him right now just to show us. So let's make an example of that guy. Yeah, worst club to be part of, no parents club. 100%, man. Call them if you got them. I wish I could call my mom or dad today. Just talk about how beautiful the weather is. My mom would be so happy. I'd take her out on a boat ride. You know what I mean? Get to experience life with my mom. So, I was just about to say, don't taunt the bull, man. Generally, it doesn't work out for the matador. I know, right? Just be happy you got out unscathed, right? Each time. I like this wick. Wow, these 5-minute candles are disappearing. It's someone sped up time, right? How did we just go through 3 5-minute candles together and it wasn't boring? I mean, if you told me how to watch 15 minutes of candles with a 5-minute time frame, I'd tell you that's paint dry, boy. We somehow got it done together. Let's take a look at what's happening here on these altcoins throughout the day. Then we'll get back into that chat and see what's happening to the super chats as well. And keep it moving. Coin market cap. I remember when someone first showed me this, I was selling drones on the street. Guy had some type of shirt on. I think it was a Bitcoin shirt. I said, I know that. He said, I helped make Ethereum. It was crazy. Venice token up 8% in the last hour, but down 11% on the week, but clawing back basically half of the 20% it lost, if you think about it. EtherFi did show gains recently. I saw it inside of a tight channel, and it did go up. Terra Classic, that's always strange when that's on the board, right? Wow, Atom back to 160. A little bit of movement in altcoins, but nothing crazy. Just a little bit of a balance. Even Hyperliquid holding 60, though. That's the thing, man. I told you, remember when Hyperliquid was hot? 70 back to 60. You know what I mean? It just takes forever for whatever reason. And 1 minute till that candle closes, it's been doing nothing. We're stuck at 59279. Thought Polygon would get so much more love from Polymarket and all this other stuff. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All these coins back below where I sold them when I bought my Lambo back in November. Sad to say, but it's just the facts. The only thing making me money right now is this Binance Lifecoin Beyond Ryan Sen Chen, right? Beyond Ryan Sen Chen, I believe. That thing is still up. Stellar Lumen's okay, you know, but still lost 27% of the week. Like, gave it, no matter what it was, it gave it back. Bitcoin took the light, and I always tell everyone that, you know, I don't care how good your altcoins look. You gotta watch Bitcoin. You gotta trade Bitcoin. Bitcoin will pull the rug out from under all your altcoin trades. I don't care how, you know, you could have the most beautiful bull pennant in the world, man. Bitcoin will run it. It'll wreck it. It's so sad, but it's so sad how it works, but it's so true, you know. Facts of life. S&P shows still sporting a win here. Still confused though. Something isn't. A green candle's up. That would be a red candle. So I think the candle's to the right of it, and I can't see the candle. That's what it is. The candle hasn't done anything yet. It's like, right? What's going on here? We opened and we pumped. Yeah, that something ain't right. I'm not. Something's off on that connection. Let's look at SPX. Same thing. Okay, so it opened. I'm confused because I'm like, oh yeah, so it opened here and it is in the green. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, there, that makes sense because these candle open and close together there. All right. Same thing on this one. No, see how they don't match? That's why I'm off. Like, these have to match. Once that's below that candle, that's a red candle, right? So, you know, I guess the futures are off a little bit because of the timing, you know. This is still battling here on weeks. There's a chance I still win this puppy, man. It's fighting to put in a bit of a platform here. Look, they tried to stop me out right there. They got pretty dang close. Well, I almost got stopped out without even paying attention. Thank God I wasn't looking. Or no, I bought in there. Yeah, no, I bought in. No, yeah. No, I bought in. Oh, yes. No, I bought into this pump here. Yeah. After that wick, I bought it. Yeah. I bought into this candle at the top of the wick of it. Or like, yeah, exactly. I don't know. That's bearish now. See how that closed? It's a bearish engulfing candle. Means you're going to shoulder, head, and right shoulder, and likely my idea is over. See what I'm saying? Just the probabilities have spoken for themselves. Now maybe I'll get lucky. Now it's up to me. Do I bail or do I let it sit? You know, if I pump, we defy the odds. Shoulder, kind of head, right shoulder. Bearish engulfer says you'll complete down to these two bodies. And then I'm going to be halfway to the stop loss. And no emotions here. You just have to be, I can handle that. Yeah, that's what I already made. So I'd be break even. No stress. You know what I mean? I asked myself, could I walk away down 361 and have a great day? I still could. I could have a wonderful day today. I wouldn't be that stressed out. So facts, I could do it. So I put what wouldn't have bothered me for the day. Now, if I lost $3,600 and then I had to go hang out with my kids, I don't know if I'd be the happiest guy in the world. You know what I mean? Those pants are cutting off your blood supply. You're all confused, Sam. Thanks, Golden God. You saw how tight they were, right? Yeah, they're tight. Yeah. Tight pants. You got a tight set of pants on, eh? The guy's tighter than a... Tight like a toiga. That wasn't weeks. Yeah, that's just TradingView. TradingView ES Mini Futures. That wasn't weeks I'm showing you. That's S&P Mini Futures. There we go. Now that's set right. That's making sense now. Nice wick up there. Huh. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the smaller time frame. Three-minute looks a bit sketch, like it's rolling over. Yeah, I have to be honest, like, it's kind of head and shouldering. So I was a little over advantage, and I was like getting excited, man. Pump it, baby. Like, how can you dump this much? The odds are I'm going to win along. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, how could you keep shorting this? Look at the 1 hour. Where are we from the 21? Yeah, we're just too far from the 21-day moving average. Like, we should pump back to the 21. Well, the 1 hour went on a rip. Wow. So, look, we already almost recovered the entire move. So we dumped, recovered 80% of the move, dumped back down, came into the middle, and now the 1 hour is very oversold, attempting to pump again. I feel like there's no other pattern to make but to pump back up. Like, usually I could say we're going to make the flag, but I can't even see that right now. And there's bull diff everywhere. You know, I still may win this puppy, man. These trades have been, have you noticed the stream? Every trade I've made recently has been an absolute battle. You can't get emotional about it. Look, I mean, only down 44 now. Starting to look better. Inverted head and shoulder is possibly the gain here. Keep going sideways. Looks like another dump. I don't know. We'll see, man. Yeah. Lunch hour on Wall Street coming. It is, but we still got our 26 minutos. I appreciate your confidence in the green future. Hey, absolutely. You got to have confidence in everything, man. You don't understand. What? I don't know where we got that flip. What the heck? Google, if you don't understand what stood for confidence, guys. I don't know where. Oh, absolutely. We got to have confidence in everything. A true con man. Google, if you don't understand what a con man is, just stood for confidence. God. Oh, I see what you're saying. They turned it into something negative. Yeah. I missed a short, but long to 58,280. Cashed out. Wow. So you already made some gains. You know, that was a good place to long right there. I mean, he had guts to long that. It's looking somewhat promising. I think the trade's about to flip green. We'll see, though. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Would you enter it along on any altcoin right now? It depends. I think it's high risk, but they should follow the Bitcoin move. So if they look just like this and you trade them, then, you know, it's kind of the same move. The right words can shift your perspective and propel you forward. This is why I come to Sammy. Besides that, I love the guy. God bless you, man. I used to work at a fire hydrant factory, and I couldn't park anywhere near the place. Exactly. It's like they made it a negative thing, and it's like, nah, it's a positive thing, but whatevs. All right, so we did flip positive. We got a bit of a pump there. Up $100 fast. It's like, it's crazy how things can shift on you really quickly when you trade high leverage. Like, that's why if you don't know what you're doing, this is going to mess with you. You're down 100, up 100 in literally under 2 minutes. I think it's going to mess with you. Most people. It doesn't mess with me. I could care less, right? It's just money. I've given up. I don't care. I stopped caring about money a long, long time ago. That's why I was able to make so much of it, because I didn't put so much pressure on every piece. You know what I mean? When I was broke, I put every dollar mattered to me. I couldn't hand it out. I couldn't give it. I didn't tip. You know, I tip. I was always a pretty good tipper, but I wouldn't do like extra nice things out of nowhere. I hoarded my money as much as I could, and you know, I worked my night shift, and I got through my life, and I changed my perspective. Things changed for me, and my whole life changed. And God has given me, you know, gave me a new life in my mid-30s. My whole life changed. And that's really inspirational to anyone watching or listening, and I hope it kind of gives you that joy, right? Trying to make the corner, throwing it down. What's the key here? Showing you it wants to move up? That maybe the money cares for you. Possibly the money does care for me, but I'm doing. I tell everybody. I'm going to explain. You're on the world. You're a human on the world. Sorry. You live on the world. You live on Earth. That's a fact, right? For what we know. Could be like a flatter disc. circular disc, like it could be oval. You know, I'm not trying to get into the whole, you know, I don't want to go there right now. You live on a, you know, you live in some type of plane, some type of energetic field. How's that? And money passes through this energetic field and has energy to it. And the rich money is going in to a type of frequency, surrounding that frequency, and then going out to another place. Money wants to keep this flow going. To be rich and successful, you just need to be the entity or the energy field that money is flowing into, around, and back out. You can never hold money forever. You see what I'm saying? If you grab money and just keep it forever, you leave this energy. So if you get $1 million and all you do is save, and you're a saver and you pile all your money up and you do nothing with it, you don't give it, you don't buy things, you don't enter real estate, you don't go into rental markets, you don't buy a house, redo it, and then what happens is you leave the flow state and you go into the hoard state, and money goes there and doesn't really kind of interact with this state here anymore. And 90% of people, poor people, no offense, middle class, they're in this state here. They don't understand the money flow energy system here. Wealthy people understand this. Rich people understand this. They get themselves inside of one of these systems. The sad thing about this, to enter this system, you can't care about money because you realize you're just part of a cycle as it runs through you. Here, these people, all they think about is hoarding it and holding it and heaping it, so they can't be part of the flow state. You got to become part of the flow state to become extremely, extremely wealthy. Wealthy people, money is always flowing in and out in different ways. You know, they're either tipping someone nicely that day, they're making a big payday that day, they're reinvesting the money into another investment that day. Something is happening with the money. It's moving. All right? A wealthy person is always part of the movement of money. I could write a book called The Movement of Money, and it really would be about how to put yourself inside the movement of money. And that's what people don't understand about success and rich and being successful with money. It's really an energy thing more than anything else. There's hard work and discipline involved 100%, but it's an energy. It's all energy. I don't like this general move right now here. We'll see. That wick was really sketchy. That tells you there's just a lot of resistance above us here. And we're going to struggle to get back above the previous high there on the left there, 59.5. Wow, BOOKMAP suggests we're going lower to 58,000 to liquidate any short who thinks he's on game. So BOOKMAP is telling us, this is a heat map order book showing us where the money's flowing. And it says it's going to go lower and take out 58,000. Saying I should stop playing game in this long. 59,200 right now for Bitcoin, looking like they're gonna topple me down here. If I can get out below 100, I think it would be, So let me look. I got in before the 1 minute crossed the 200, which is against my rules technically. Yep. So here's the deal. I'll get out with a stop hunt. If they pump it the other way, I'm not allowed to get in until we get back above the 200 on the 1 minute. And I got to stick to that. And I got to miss out on this kind of pump here. Let's take a look, though. Aren't we reversing on the bigger time frame? Yeah, 1 hour still got this beautiful wick. I tell you what, man, the smaller time frames have been very, 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 I guess fun as well. The volatility is there. So I don't like to complain when there's good volatility. I remember the market was flat. You know what I mean? This is better than a flat market. Oh my God, I didn't get a chance to move myself out of the way in time. No. Oh, that's sad. I was just going to grab my stop and move it down a little bit. $100. Better than 300 though. I have 360 on the table, I think. So I'm still up on the day. Like technically you're like symmetrical triangle. And you can get chewed up on a Thursday, but I mean, that coincides with what BOOKMAP's telling us, the low somewhere down to 58, you know, maybe into 57 too. So if we get back above here, how long? It might not be until, I don't know, Friday, or you know what I mean? It might take some time. Yeah, kind of a sloppy, drunken invert, you know, shoulder, head, right, sloppy, drunken head and shoulder. Not perfect to see, but to me, it's there. It says it's there, you know what I mean? One minute looks bare. Yeah, still hugging that low, though. Man, it's just Thursday chop. Hard to trade. You know, we're not worth losing tons of money for. Either taking a small loss or, you know, says we're going to 58,000 on a dump. We'll see, man. I'm always like a little too bullish for whatever reason. But I can think it's just part of my optimistic behavior. Like, I'm just always optimistic. Always looking for the silver lining, you know, something that can make me say, hey, you know what? It ain't that bad. There's something there on the other side. Tighter and tighter in the range now. And now it's definitely a symmetrical triangle that could go either way. These break up or down. They mainly break down, but I tell you what, man, it's either way right now. I'm looking at that's a nice low that's hugging now. Huh. We get above that 200, how long later on today? 1 hour looks like it's going to reverse. Like that candle's just playing around right now. And it's coming with a bottom wick, which is, you know, better than nothing. It's not like it's pumping first. This is not the best. So let's see. I basically put the 3 minute in a symmetrical triangle and see what can happen. Look, now it's kind of, it looks like it could pump out. What are you guys thinking? Are you short or long right now on the stream? Or are you doing nada, day nada? Are you just kind of observing this insane market? Money is only worth the heat produced with burnt. If you ask me, unfortunately, paper money is just how I feel these days, especially the USD, yeah. Yeah, I think there's just too much fear. I think it's going to slide down. You think. See, thinking is not the best in trading. We just got to go with what we see on the charts. You need to talk to the I know, right? They didn't respect me this time. Waiting for a reaction. Long live yesterday. I know. I'm long, 125. I'm long. Are you guys short or long right now? Short, long. Long as well on the QQ. Been short for weeks in the money. Why wouldn't you take profits yet? You do whatever you want. I don't know what your plan is. Observing and spot buying these great discounts. I love it. Good time to spot buy some Bitcoin for sure. Anytime that 6 is a 5, a great DCA, in my humble opinion. Bitcoin's like, you know, digging in here. Dang, man, it makes me want to long again. It's like, I just said I wouldn't outdo it back, you know. I am kind of going against my... But, dude, you know that it's too far for the 21 yet again. Every time you dump like that, there's got to be some retribution back to the 21-day moving average. They got me once. I know I'm going to miss the flush and be like, dang. I just a little prayer too for my middle daughter. She's not feeling well. And she like sometimes has like kind of these small breathing problems. She was hot last night. I'm not going to be able to spend the day with her today. I'm a little upset about that. She's like my favorite person to be around. I love her. I mean, I love all my kids, but my middle, man, she's, yeah. Already long to made money. Just watch it now, my man. Long now. Hit a nice short this morning. Close to getting funded. Got to stay disciplined. I like it. Yeah. Had to long the wick below and accept back above yesterday's low, right? He says nothing after losing my butt yesterday. It's if you lost a lot of money yesterday and you're struggling and you need some more hands-on approach to what you're doing. We have that type of coaching inside of my trading group. I found people that are really good. My man, Master Friend, is amazing. Hit the QR code to find out more. It's an extra $300 in the trading group. But man, if you keep losing thousands, maybe that's the best thing you ever did. Check it out, find out more, and like just get a sense of what's happening. Someone that's going to walk through, might even ask you your trades. You'll be surprised how much you get out of it. We care about you guys. We want to see you win. Jump on in today. Hit the QR code. Hit the links below. Go to cryptolifer.com. Get an education, folks. I started in a Discord. Other people hate on it. I've heard the back and forth. I started in a Discord. It was in a Telegram group, actually. But same idea. I started in an online trading group. I paid my $99 a month. It changed my life. I do the same thing that was done for me now for other people. All right? The Discord is not the easiest thing to run. I highly tell you, running a Discord, one of the toughest jobs you'll ever have. Yeah, it's your life and your time, but you're on the time of the market. It's kind of like a doctor, man. And if you want to run it right and you want to really help people, you got to be on it. And you got to put in a lot of work. And it takes in hours and hours of your day. And like when I see a call, like yesterday, I had a service issue. Like my phone didn't put out the call. And I had the long down there at 2 o'clock yesterday. And like, I didn't get, I didn't get the call out on it because, so remember, I'm not long right now. I want to make that very clear. I'm not in a trade right now. This could go either way. BOOKMAP's telling us it's going to dump. It looks head and shouldery. Could wait for the descending triangle to fill out. More approachable, right? I'm so amazed at this stream every single time. On a Thursday, too. Tightness here, right? And again, if you want to trade where we trade, say you want to take your hand at trading, you want to know, you want to demo trade, you want to learn, we've got it right here. Trade now on WEEX. Just hit that link. You click the link, it'll take you right to WEEX, and you can put your name right in there, trade with my community, sign up, and get up to 10,000 USDT too if you trade enough volume, right? They'll give you a bonus there on your futures account. So check it out. Hey, just keep it symmetrical. What I do is I just keep, if it ends up becoming a descender, you have that in your mind, I'm just kind of more when I draw these, I give you more ideas. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure. I'm saying, hey, fills out this way, we go that way. It fills out that way, we go, Finally looks like it's breaking out. And in this time, only on this time, this day, and look at that 1 hour candle now. Dang, man. It ate that up so bad. And I struggle. I'm going for my perfection too. Some days I struggle. Some days, your mind has to be right. Your discipline has to be right. Your execution and your trading. All those have to work at the same time. Some days, I'm a little tired. My execution isn't there. Like I see the trades, I know what I'm doing, but I don't press the button at the right time. And I know, and if I don't do that, I can't force the trade. That's another thing about trading. When you know when to enter and you miss it, do not enter anyway. I used to do it all the time. Like I knew my entry, I missed it. I watched, it's just gonna keep going. I'm gonna ape in. When you ape in, you change the entire trajectory of the trade. Let me explain. Say I really thought this was gonna be a long right now, just for hypothetical purposes. And I was like, this is definitely gonna pump. And I made my risk management. I'm like, I'm 3-2 here. I'm 3-1 right now if I get in now. But let's just say I look away for a second. I get distracted. I get a tweet. I look at my phone. Boom. They do a squeeze. You've seen it. I think it even happened earlier today, right? On that setup. And boom. I come back to and it's right here now. Now look. Watch this. I just pressed the buy button now. I just put myself into a 1-to-1 trade. Then they come right back down and like, you know what I mean? And now you're risking like basically 400 for, 800 for 400, 800 for 800, 400 for 400. Like the whole thing just changed. And the whole risk parameter just changed. Now, if you do that, you have to slow down and reassess and say, where am I going to put my stop? And what happens is that, the moment has kind of been lost. Well, people don't realize how different. And so in 1 minute, and that's the difference between 59,284 and 59, like 700, right? It's a $500 move. Changes the way I trade because I'm on leverage with that. It changes the entire trade. The entire trade. That's why I like at this day and age, I like the bigger time frame trades. Like I would have loved to have front run the 1 minute candle, right? The 1 hour candle here when it started to turn green, just 8 in at 58,395 or something. So look, now this is showing signs of bullishness, see? It's a bit of a descending triangle. And after what's happened today, there's a high likelihood we pump up to the 200 moving average. Here's another tip and strategy I teach a lot. When the moving averages get very tight, remember this, write it down, take a picture of it. This happens on the 4 hour, the daily. You do a magnetic pump up to the 200. Boom. Right up here. I've seen, and look, you now see a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. So Bitcoin has put in some type of invert, you know what I mean? Almost an Adam and Eve there. So there's a chance we can get back to 59.9, 60K, at least to this resistance here, 59,789. So I see some bullishness now. Took a second though. It didn't look perfect for a bit there. The one thing I'm going to figure out for the trading group is if I'm going to open up the bigger short there on that 3-day and hedge it because it doesn't look amazing, or if I'm going to just kind of take it day by day and do the day trading without taking a big swing, Yeah, even looking at live on weeks, you see it looks, promising here and promising like this. Kind of looks like it's breaking out already there. A pump up to the 200 looks likely. We could get rejected by it too. So listen, I'm going to watch this. If we get above it and we flag out, I'm going to put out a signal for the long. I'm going to put out exactly when I'm entering, exactly where my stop loss, and exactly where my target is. That's what I plan on doing. And again, it is a Thursday. It will have to look right. I'll double check it. But more than likely, if we get a move, this is what I'd be doing. You should know my students should already know kind of what Sam would do. What would Sam do, I can get a 2.5 risk. I'd have to get it up a little more. Yeah, there you go. But stay below the 200 moving average. Really be better to be below this point of control. See it kind of ready there in that situation, right? How my lifers doing, man? How's everybody kicking it? Thank you for everyone kicking it with me. Yeah. Less is more if it ain't amazing. Hey, brother, thank you. The 1 hour just flipped. Sam's going to the moon. Hey, baby, this channel is flying all the way to the upside. Started off nice and red, now it's green, baby. Yep. And look, we got a lot of that move back that they dumped us on already, too. Again, the 1 hour I'm referring. Yeah, thank you. Reclaim the previous day. Val should go for POC at 68. Okay. Beautiful and hot in Tampa. God bless. Amazing. I heard it is hot, but it is beautiful. Episodes of a Hustler, SP. They really are, man. Episodes of a hustler life. Yeah, their first time doing it and their system mess. It's crazy. I like your energy. It's nice to work with you in the background. God bless you, Alexander, the geek. God bless you, man. Thank you. We all know what's next. We pump up for a bit for the next leg down. Possibly. I don't know what's up next, honestly. You know what I mean? I take it one step, one day, one candle at a time. That's the only way I can handle it properly. Otherwise, it'll be a bit crazy. All right. And just 2 links there in our pinned comment. It's WEEX and CryptoLifer.com. That's it. Nothing crazy. All right. I trade on WEEX and I'm at CryptoLifer.com. Blessed be dog. I hope a little one feels better. Thank you for saying that. God bless you, R.L. Rofi, man. Thank you. It's very nice of you to think of. And this is chop, too, when you think about it. It is just chop. Choppy behavior. Chop, chop, chop it up. Right? Yeah. Let me take a look at the super chats and see what came in today in the fan funding. IREN is on sale today. Okay. Hit that like button. Long live the lifers. Let's take a look at IREN. Is it on sale, or does it look like a deeper market structure is going to take over? See, look, the pump up to the 200 is real, man. It's going to pump up to that 200 moving average. When these get tight, you head up to that 200. I've seen it many, many times. Ooh, IREN, but it is at that daily 200 moving average, which historically is a great place to begin a DCA, even if we come down for a double bottom. But that's bouncing off trend line. I mean, that looks beautiful to me. It does have a head and shoulder pattern, though, which to me just did break the neckline. Have to see that get defied and kind of come back up. Otherwise, it could come back down to 34. You see? Definitely a great place to DCA. I like IREN a lot. It's been on my radar. It's a company I've been watching closely. 1 minute now looks good. We go to the 30-second. 30-second now is above the 200 moving average and about to do the model. So we want to see something like this now on the 30-second chart. Why the 30-second? It's just the next formation. You get above the 5-second 200 moving average. You're now above the 5. Now you have the model on the 5-second and the 30-second. The model is the 21 crossing the 200 moving average as price action stays inside of a tight flag. All right. Seeing some movement here for Bitcoin right now. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to trade it long if it gets above the 200. At that point, it will have taken a $2,000 reversal, though. You would have had to have longed the 1 minute, the 1 hour, or the 15 minute, which I didn't have. You know what I mean? Damn, I'd be in the money now if I just stayed in my long. Been a treacherous type of day, though. I'm going to take it one step at a time. Nothing is guaranteed here. Look at this price action. And got to give it some more time to figure out. You know, it'll make more market structure if I give it a few more hours. Wow, that 1 minute is about to clean clock that 200 moving average, though. The key is, did you learn a lot today? Did you have fun today? Will I keep you coming back? You know, trading on no. I enjoying the stream. Show your appreciation. Hit that like button. I've been trading ENA and DCA and Canton CC. Already 97 ounce out. We're hitting 110 today for sure. It's going to be a beautiful day. Michael Percy, God bless you, man. Grateful for the channel and the Bitcoin banger, but making money on the way down. Thanks to Crypto Lifer. God bless you, man. Yep. Nothing's guaranteed in any situation. No, not at all. Never, especially in trading, right? Anyway, I love you all. God bless each and every one of you. Again, no screen share tonight. Remember that. Tell everybody. I'll put it in the Discord. But let everybody know it'll be moved to Saturday morning. All right? Just because I have guests here, I don't want to be rude. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Stay blessed. You know, be grateful for every single thing you have every single day, man. All right? Can you check height, please? We'll take a look. No, I'm sorry. We're about to bounce. But I love y'all. Now, I'll take a look at height for you because I love you, but I got people waiting on me right now. So I don't want to be too rude here. It'll bounce up if Bitcoin bounces up. I liked it inside this bigger trade, but it, you know, all I care about is it makes a higher low. Wait for the daily to close another green next to a red. I believe it's a buy. Good DCA for hype, in my humble opinion. Remember, it pumped when Bitcoin wasn't even doing that great. I mean, it is in an M, though. And for me, you're either DCAing, taking a very aggressive long with a tight stop, or you're waiting for it to kind of consolidate. All right? So be careful. But if it can consolidate, that would be beautiful. That would be the trade right around here. Still waiting on that trade. Oh, let me show you the screen. Sorry. Because I was nice enough to redo it. You know, there's the higher low. It could be an M that dumps. So I'd like to see it bounce first and get tight, you see? And then I'd like to see it consolidate over here. All right. All right, everyone. God bless you. Thank you so much. The secret to success, you know what it is. It's getting started. If you don't start something, it's never going to happen anyway. So it's up to you. You're in charge of your reality. Keep pushing. Keep believing in yourself. And own everything. Own your losses. Own your wins. You can. You will. You're all the best. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Another live stream. Thousands of live streams in a row without a day off. You can. You will. You are the best. I love you. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.